This is Chris Painter here on Paint Live TV. I got another Tool Talk Tuesday for you, and we're going to be talking about the fan pivot. This is the device. It's a really cool device. Another for painters by painters tool or product. So a gentleman named Matt, invented this stuff. He's got an invention company called Upscale Tools, and it's pretty cool because he is a painter and he's created a device that I think is going to make you as a painter faster, more efficient, and have a less frustrating time, and even have a safer experience spraying. For painters by painters, the fan pivot. So it just takes and rotates your fan or your spray pattern on your spray gun just by a flick of the finger or just turning the device like this. So you can see I can have my fan pattern, I can have it horizontal, quickly turn it, now I can have it vertical. So it rotates 360 degrees, a quarter of a turn, or 90 degrees each time you flick the device. So I'm just gonna remove the device from my spray gun that'll attach to any spray gun with G-threads. So I got a Titan spray gun right here. I'll attach to a Graco spray gun, any spray gun, once again, with G-threads. Now I'm just gonna unscrew it from my guard and I'll show you the device all by itself. The device called the fan pivot. So here's the device right here, and it just screws to the end of your gun, or it'll actually screw to the end of your extension. You can have it attached to the gun by itself, or you can have it attached to the end of the extension. I find it attached to the gun is how I'd like to use it. Now you'll attach it, just screw it on, just like you would screw on an extension or a guard. And I noticed most guards and stuff, you'll attach them, extensions, they're hand tight. I noticed this device, you just gotta tighten it, just snug it just slightly. You don't wanna over tighten it, just slightly snug it, then you won't have any leaks. So now you can see I can take and attach any extension, or I can just attach my tip right to the device itself without an extension. So I'm almost always spraying with extensions, probably 95% of the time. So I'm just gonna hook on an extension. It's just gonna screw right on. Extension is hand tight. I'm gonna screw it on. Just gonna hold on to the blue part of the device, hand tight my extension, and I'm just gonna tighten my guard on, get that on. Make sure your gun is on safe. You should have your sprayer off, so anytime you're working around that guard, you want to be safe. I'm going to get it set so it's pointing just the right direction. Now it's actually ready to go. You can see I can just turn it now, rotate it 90 degrees. It'll go either direction. Spray. If you got a clog, unclog it. Spray horizontal, spray vertical, any direction I want. Magnetically, it'll just turn. So rotate, you could just use your hand or your finger on the gun, just like that. The device does weigh actually weighs 3.5 ounces. I weighed it, so I don't feel like any imbalance to the gun at all. I don't feel a lot of weight to it. It weighs a guard and a tip weigh 2.5 ounces, so it's only an ounce more. So I don't feel a lot of imbalance in the gun. When you put on an extension, it's not on the end of the extension, it's at the gun. So I don't have a lot of weight at the extension, causing a lot of wrist fatigue, elbow fatigue, forearm fatigue. So there it is. It's like an injected composite material. The blue material looks like it's a heavy industrial plastic, but here it is attached to a gun. Quickly turn, rotate. You can see how it functions just like that. So now I'm just going to attach it to my extension, and we'll talk about some of the features that I like about it. The first feature is the safety factor, of not having to, rotate your guard to get your fan pattern, turn. Now, a lot of painters will say, why don't you just rotate your guard, when you're spraying? Why do you need this device? So rotating the guard is an option. I've been doing that for 25 years, but it is a major safety issue anytime you rotate your guard. Typically what I would do is I would put the gun between my legs, and then I would just rotate this guard, you know, and then begin spraying. So I just put it between my legs, rotate it any direction I wanted, and then begin spraying. Now, anytime you're rotating that guard, if you're twisting it, turning it, your hand is in what we call a danger zone right here, and you could get injected with paint if you had any type of accidental trigger pull. Anytime you're messing with the guard, you put the gun on safe and then mess with it. But you can see, instead of actually, you know, messing with the guard itself, getting my hand in that safety zone where I could get injected with paint, I don't have to get anywhere near that, and I can rotate, twist the guard, and spray quickly and easily. So a safety issue, I think this is probably one of the key elements to this device, why you would want to use it, is I'm just keeping my hands, keeping my body out of this zone right here. If you ever get injected with paint, you literally can actually lose your hand or a limb by getting injected. So safety is one of the key elements to using this device. So now the second thing I want to talk about is speed and efficiency when it comes to rotating your guard. Yes, I can take and just twist it, rotate it, spray, just like that, twist it, rotate it, spray. But you can see without having to just stop, put the gun between my legs or holding it here and twisting it to get, my fan pattern moved, I can now just, with one finger, I can just twist the thing and turn it while I'm spraying. I could be spraying, we'll put it up vertical, I can be spraying, quickly twist it, and just keep going very simply and easily. So speed and efficiency is, a factor that will, cost you time, cost you money. And so it's a device that's just going to make you faster and more efficient as a sprayer. So the third thing I want to talk about is basically a frustration, rotating your guard. Now, this guard is brand new, tip is brand new, everything's new. Typically, once you start spraying quite a bit, you start to get a lot of overspray, paint buildup on your guard. Your guard doesn't twist on as easily, it doesn't rotate as easily, and there becomes a lot of frustration turning your guard. It's sometimes when you're turning it, clockwise, it's actually tightening because it gets built up with paint. It over tightens your guard onto your gun, which could damage the seal. If you're trying to twist it counterclockwise, it could actually loosen your guard, and now you got to try to hold the guard itself, the nut part of it, and rotate the guard. It does become frustrating and annoying doing that. Now with a device like this, I'm going to be eliminating the frustration and just twisting and turning it quickly and easily, just like that. So frustration is another factor. Just less frustration, painting or spraying is just going to be more enjoyable. So another thing I do want to talk about, with the device itself, I've had some people comment on a few of my posts about the device. How long will it last? Will it start leaking? So the device itself, it does come, and I'll show you, it comes with a repacking kit, so you can actually repack it if the device ever begins to leak. Show you the repacking kit. I've got the box, right here. Just came in this box right here. It says fan pivot right there from Upscale Tools. If you got any questions or comments about the device, the owner, Matt of Upscale Tools, would be willing to answer your questions in this video. Just leave them down in the description. So there's the packing kit. So it's got an Allen wrench, it's got a bunch of nylon O-rings and washers right there. That's the repacking kit for this device. There's a little Allen wrench screw right there. I believe if you I haven't tried to repack it myself. It's brand new. It is a prototype, but I was told that you can repack the thing really fast and really easily, so you don't have to take it anywhere to have it serviced. Once again, it just screws onto the gun. You can screw it onto the gun or the end of the extension. I'm not sure why you would want to put it on the end of the extension, but just like that. Just attaches quickly and easily. Hand tighten my gun on. Once again, you should never, tighten your guards or your extensions with a wrench, because it kind of compresses the seat inside there. And once you'll tighten with a wrench, a hand tight guard or extension, you'll always have to use a wrench. So there it is. It's the fan pivot. If you have any comments, if you would use the device, just leave it down in the comment section below. We want to know, what your thoughts are on the fan pivot.